Hi, everyone. My name is Ralph Bryant. I think I know everyone that is on. I'm the Agents Experience Manager for Agents of Radical, and I have onboarded many of you that have joined us, and we have so many people on the call that are very new to Agents of Radical. And so on behalf of the whole team, I welcome you and thank you for joining us. And for the folks that have been around for a while, I welcome you, and those are faces I look forward to spending more time and chatting with as we continue to grow this thing. We're going to honor time and still keep this tight and be at about a half an hour of this assembly, and we're recording it, and any kind of deliverables we'll make sure that we send out so that everyone knows, even if they weren't on the call. And again, thank you so much for joining. And I get the pleasure of passing the torch on the agenda. First agenda item is to introduce the folks that are on the team. So again, my name is Ralph. And then I don't know, I didn't really think about the right way to do this, but I'm going to pass Andrea, do you want to introduce yourself? And then and then everyone else just kind of
we'll just pass the ball. Themselves. Absolutely, no problem.
Yeah, I'm passing it.
Hi, I'm Andrea Berk. I unfortunately wasn't able to meet all of the new people coming on. I didn't get to attend Bayou St. Blonde with Carlos and Ralph, but I am Carlos's co-founder and CEO of Agents of Radical. We are so excited to be launching these discussions, these assemblies. Hopefully we've got a lot of good info in here for you, and please, any feedback for us, you will help us build this platform into the best platform it can be. So I'll pass it over to Carlos. He's on that side for me.
I'm over here. Hey everyone, I'm Carlos, and I am Dre's co-founder, and I'm the CXO, the Chief Experience Officer. As many of you noticed, I have a different hot rod hat on today. Those of you who saw me at Bayou St. Blonde saw a yellow one or a black one. Today it's tan beige. But I'm super excited to be on this call with all of you, and I'm really stoked about this. Dre, that's a really nice shirt, by the way. I really like it. And Kathy, over to you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kathy Kim. I'm the Brand Activation Manager at Agents of Radical, and I'm so excited to meet you guys one day, and welcome to Agents of Radical. Kelly and Chris.
Hi, I'm Kelly Atterton. I'm the Director of Brand Experience, and sort of everything, all things brand related. And then the torch gets passed over to Kathy, who does all the hard work. I'm a longtime beauty editor. I am a brand consultant, and I am thrilled to be here with Andrea and Carlos, from the beginning. I could not believe in AOR more, so very excited to see this all sort of happening for real. It's very exciting.
Yeah. And then Chris, go ahead and introduce yourself too.
Yes, of Chris Rios Beauty. I am a hairstylist for many years, and I am an agent with Agents of Radical. Probably, I think one of the first crew, right?
Yep.
I am.
Yeah. Cool. One of the things I love, we talked about this. I get to talk about it when I talk to agents, but it's the first time that, and we say, we are women-led. All of our people are either women or people of color or both, and so to see it in real time is really cool. Kelly, why don't you tell us now? All of you have all these people who have stores and are ready to go and excited to kind of get started and tell everyone, or they have had stores and we have all these new brands that have just joined and are ready to kind of get the ball rolling. How do you curate your store to make it, the best that it can be?
So my First and foremost, it's authenticity. The reason you have a store is because you have following to some extent. Maybe it's your clients, maybe you have a social following, maybe you're like the beauty guru of your bunch of friends, whatever it is. People turn to you because they trust you. So the first thing you want to do is maintain your authenticity by only curating products that you can really stand behind in a real way. So you use them, you can talk really honestly about them. You can recommend them to the right people, and you can steer people away from them who maybe they're not right for. And I know that sounds sort of silly when you have a store and you want everybody to buy everything, but it could be that one person that you turn away from one product who may buy 10 others because of the trust that they feel with your honest assessment of what's right for them. So at the very heart of it all is being honest and actually trying things. I know that I have regretted it when I've written about a product that I didn't try before writing the piece because of whatever reason. Sometimes things are not, stop. Sorry, my son is in here. Sometimes things are not available for me to try before publication. And it is always in that case when somebody will ask me, what did you think about it? And I'm like, I'm going to try it next week. And they're like, uh-oh, you wrote about it. So anyway, it's embarrassing when you don't really have a real answer for it and you get called out, and you just don't want to do that. So you want to have products that you've tried, that you like, that you trust, that you can recommend wholeheartedly to people and really stand behind. The other thing, when you're curating your store, maybe have an angle to it. So you can maybe say, I'm going to be a store that never has more than 5 products, because I want to be able to talk really, in-depthly about the products that I'm selling at the moment. And maybe every 3 months I change it, or maybe it's every month. Maybe I do 1 product a day, and that's all I sell. And I go really, really heavy in posting about that product. Maybe I'm only going to do hair. Maybe I'm going to do only skin. Maybe, maybe I'm just going to do color. Have an angle and stick with it. Just don't try to be all things to all people, because they'll lose it. Your value will diminish by that. Try to be something that's authentically you. Carry products that you really believe in. Be able to talk about them. Use them, know what you're saying, because the worst thing you can do is erode trust, because you can't really get it back. So those would be my most, important bits of advice for curating store. And also, if you come up with an angle and that angle doesn't really work for you, you try another one. If you're like, listen, I'm going to have 10 products all the time, and you realize that you're not able to talk about 10 products in a way that you really want to, then pare it down. I think the silliest thing anybody could do is onboard all the products available, because they think if I have more to offer, I'm going to sell a lot, because I'm going to be like a little mini one-person Sephora. And the truth is, that's not what this is about. This is not about carrying everything so that, like, if I just put it out there, they will come. That's not what this relationship that you're building is from, because you're actually already in a place of being valued and trusted by people. So maintain that integrity by being really smart about what you put in your space. And I'm available for questions. So if anybody ever wants to ask me about products or talk to me about, like, if they wanted to branch out from, okay, I'm a hairstylist, but I really like skincare, I'd love to talk it through with you. I'm happy to get on a call or, go back and forth with text or email or whatever. So I hope that is helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah, just to add just a little bit to that, we are putting together a few curated beauty ideas into lists. So there's different, like Kelly was saying, kind of pick a passion. So maybe it's women founded, women led, maybe it's BIPOC brands, maybe it's sustainability, green beauty, blue beauty, all of those things. So we're gonna work on putting together a list that tells you which brands and which products fall under each category, to make it a little bit easier, so you also know how to navigate into which products you want to try before you add them into your store.
Excellent. Very cool. Kelly, thank you so much. And Andrew, we're going to send that list out to everyone. Like that's it. We're not unveiling it here, but it'll go out to everyone to make sure that you have it and be able to refer to it. And then we'll, as we continue to bring new brands on, it'll be something that we continue to update so that you have the latest information.
Yep.
Excellent. We are really excited about all of the all of you, and then all of the support that we've received from the industry. And one of our supporters is a gentleman whose name you may have heard from. That is a great question, Amy. Amy asked, can we include a list of synthetic fragrance-free products?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Very cool.
Send suggestions over.
Yeah. Very cool.
Absolutely.
So Mark Townsend was not able to join us, but he sent us over a quick little video, and so we're going to play that now.
You can see? Yeah.
Yep.
All right, here we
Hello,
go.
agents. I'm Mark Townsend, the hairstylist behind the hairdos of Mary Kate, Ashley, and Elizabeth Olsen, Dakota Johnson, and Gal Gadot and Rachel McAdams, to name a few. I am also the creative director at Collective Laboratories, and I had the incredible opportunity to meet with Carlos and Andrea close to the beginning of Agents of Radical, and I was blown away by their fantastic concept and ideas. And I'm super excited about everything they have planned, and I cannot wait to see all of your stores, learn about your favorite products, and get some tips and tricks that I might not know about. I also can't wait to get my store up and going. So welcome to Agents of Radical, and please check out Collective Labs, because strong hair starts in the shower. Now I'm back to work.
Thanks, Mark.
His wink is the best.
Yeah, that's like one of those remotes where the small town like TV remotes, and I like, thanks, Mark, and he's very cool. So here's a question, Dre, that I have for you. You have built a store. You have curated your products. Now what do you do? I think you might have an answer for that.
I might have an answer or two. Chris is going to help me out with this one. So you've built your store, you've curated your products, you're ready to go, and then all of a sudden the fear sets in, the imposter syndrome kicks in, and you're like, oh my God, how do I actually tell people I have a store? Because that seems bigger than me. And we've experienced that. Every single one of us on this panel has experiences imposter syndrome. It's super normal, but we just have to find our ways around it or through it. So we have tried and true methods that Chris actually has kind of created for us. The first one is to not necessarily like blast out that you started a store, but to just very gradually ease your way into announcing certain products. Hey, I tried this product, just like you do already. You style somebody's hair and you say, hey, I use this hairspray. So now you're just going to say, hey, here's a product I've been using. It might be a skin oil. I love it. It's made me so dewy and bright and whatever. Announce that through your social media, and then follow up with direct selling. We like to think of your Instagram account as awareness, and your direct communications, whether it's DMs or text messages or emails even, that's your actual selling platform. It's also in person if you have in-person experiences, if you're like, hairdresser, makeup artist. So, actually, I'm gonna kick it over to Chris, because Chris has some really good examples of how she did this. I actually don't even know. Thinking back to Chris, when we originally launched your store, Chris was truly one of our first 5 agents. So she's been around with us for well over a year. I don't know if you even did like a grand announcement, like grand opening on your Instagram.
Well, I did. I used,
Did you?
it wasn't like grand. It was kind of, because you also I don't like being a hard sell, and a lot of hairdressers suffer from that. And so it's like this fine line. You need to educate them on what they need, but also you don't want to be pushing anything. So same thing with the store. So on stories, I kind of made a little like unveiling where I said, you know, Chris Rios Beauty, shop Chris Rios Beauty is up now, or have you heard? Like, I mean, I have fun with it. So made the announcement. So I kind of like let people know I have this online store, which started to get clients to ask me, well, tell me about this store. I saw that you posted something. So from there, so that was like the little kind of announcement. And then from there, products that I like to go with kind of like a theme with each product. Like right now I'm doing, if you go on my social media, I just started Mother's Day. So I like to have fun with it. I'll post it, a client will see it, and then they'll ask me about it. And then when I have them in my chair, they're asking me about a product, and I will send them, I'll text them the link to my store right then and there. Or if I don't have time when I get home, I will send a text, hey, here's that shampoo I was telling you about, or here's that vitamin or whatever. Now we have so many more products. It's awesome. But I just follow up and I just send them the link, and it doesn't feel like a hard sell. It doesn't feel like I'm annoying them either or trying to push anything on them. And it just makes it easier for them. I feel like they purchase. It's like an easy sell.
Mm-hmm.
Or I've had clients actually ask me in my chair, oh my gosh, I saw your store. Please, will you help me right now and just send me what you think I should have? What skin oil do you think I should have? What shampoo do you think literally they're asking me because they get in there and they're like, I don't know which one to get. You like this and you like that. And that's what they do.
And do you set up your station with some of the products out?
I'll have some things. Yes, I've just started doing that where I'll have it and I'll use it in their hair if it's a hair product, or the detangler brush I use all the time. That's such an easy sell. You just use it on all your clients. It's a no-brainer. So yes, I do have the things for them to try. I have 2 clients that I really adore, and I actually got them the starter kit from Priya as a gift. I gave it to them. I mean, that's like a small investment, but they're going to love it and they're going to buy it.
Yeah,
they'll buy the actual, large size. So that's kind of what's been working for me. I'll use kind of like the social media as my commercial, and kind of like let them see it, so they're not like, it's not like me going, I have the store and I want to sell this and I want to sell that. It's more like, this is what I have, and they're curious about it. So I think it's an easy sell, and it just, I don't know, it works, having fun with the social media. Also, I find personally, if I post myself using it, my followers like that. And then as even a consumer, just seeing kind of like a story on my stories or on somebody's stories, I'm more apt to buy something than if you were just to post the picture of the product and just a link. I think you gotta have a little personalization to it. Otherwise, it's just kind of like another ad, and someone will just click through it.
Yeah, that's one thing about Chris's social media is it's always customized to her. Even if it's an image that we created, she'll alter it so that it's Chris's post, not just a screenshot and I'm reposting what someone else made, because that really does come across as inauthentic and a hard sell. And nobody likes that feeling. You especially don't want to feel a hard sell from someone that you know. You would rather feel a suggestion. And I am way more inclined to purchase off of a suggestion or like some sort of a referral than I am for someone that asks me, hey, this is a really great product, you should buy it. I would rather you say like, hey, this is a really great product, this is why, and this is why I think it's good for you. Like Kelly was saying earlier, maybe even telling people, no, that's not actually the right product for you. This is the better product.
Yeah.
Even if there's price differences, we're not necessarily just trying to sell the $100 product. Maybe the $30 product is better for that person. And you really gain a lot of trust from your clientele by doing those things. What else? There was something else that Chris said that I wanted to elaborate, or I wanted to add to. now I lost it. There were a lot of, there's a lot of good points.
Oh, personalizing it, like using it yourself, or is that you?
I mean, that is huge. Definitely I would rather see someone using it, or if it's not a product for you, like I can't sell a curl product. This is my natural hair. I can't sell a curl product, but that doesn't mean that I can't sell a curl product.
No, it doesn't at all, because you can actually use the storytelling aspect of it to talk about why a curl product, you can never use it, but how you really admire curls in other people, and you've seen how this one works really well, and your best friend has curly hair and she uses it, and blah blah blah. Anything that's, the more personal the storytelling is, the more engagement you'll get. Even if you don't get people purchasing from a static post or a story, they will reach out and ask a question later, possibly in a DM, and that gives you an opportunity to say, try it, let me know what you think. And I would also suggest at the beginning of the stores not to check in to see if someone bought it by asking them. I would leave it alone until you see them again, and then see if it comes up organically in conversation. You want to have like a really back-footed approach to the sales at the beginning, at least, to really like make people feel like if they're not going to feel pressured if they see you, if they're one of your hair clients, if they see you, that you're going to be constantly trying to sell to them and then checking with them to say, did you buy it? Did you buy it? You want to be much cooler than that, and it will go a long way.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Chris and Kelly and Dre. I want to bring Carlos in and to piggyback on something that Chris said that was super important, which is not only showing the products, but also recommending products that you use on yourself, and can speak to with the authenticity that Kelly was and Dre was talking about earlier. So Carlos, I was just wondering, do you think you have an idea for how our agents could secure some products for themselves to try to get that ball rolling? I was thinking that you might have a suggestion or a contest, or I don't know. You got an idea on how agents can get some products themselves?
Ralph, I'm glad that you asked that. I indeed have just the thing for these agents. And so here's what we're going to do. For the next through May 15th, we are going to give every agent, if you sell one product, whatever that product is, we are going to give it to you. So if your mom buys an Evolution or a Cultivated Apothecary face oil, you are also going to get that face oil. So here's what we suggest. We suggest you pull out your Rolodex. You guys even know what that is anymore? Put out your cell phone and find out all the products that you want to try, and then recommend them to people who you think they would be awesome for. That way you get them for free. And we think that that's a really cool incentive. And we're going to run that through May 15th. How is that for an incentive? If I was all of you, I'd be picking out my favorites right now and making sure you're recommending those.
Yeah.
Right. That's the homework. Pick your favorite products and then tell and then tell people to buy them.
Yeah. And don't forget also, we've got Mother's Day, which is just next week, and we have the promo on there also. Make sure that your clients know to select standard shipping and enter the code LOVEMOM, and they will get free shipping, and we guarantee it'll get there before Mother's Day. So here's a chance for you guys to take advantage of that also.
So to tack on to that with content creation. So we're now telling you guys, or asking you guys to go sell products that you may not have tried yet. But to rewind the conversation where we just said, try the products before you sell it, DM us for any products that you are interested in selling, and we'll give you reviews. We've got reviews from clients that we've used, from personal use. I'm obsessed with a lot of products. I know Carlos is. I think Carlos and Chris, you were just wearing a pair. I don't know if Kelly is. I can't tell if Kelly's are. They're all wearing the Look Optic glasses. We're all obsessed with those. I use all of our skincare. So if you need some reviews to be able to use in your selling, just DM us and we'll get something to you. we'll send you either some text, I'll film a video if we need to, but just that you've got something that you can work off of for the next couple of weeks. And then just to clarify, there is no limitation on what Carlos just offered. So if you sell one product, you will get one product. If you sell 20 products, you'll get 20 products. Chris got a really nice surprise gift. We ran this for our original agents about two months ago, and Chris got a really sweet box.
Sweet box.
Yeah.
The sweetest box.
You can do whatever you want with those products.
Think of it for those of you that were at Bayou St. Blanc and got the gift bag. Imagine you can curate your own gift bag and decide, I want this, and it, like, I wish I had a store.
Me too.
So we have about 5 minutes left. We waited 5 minutes for people to show up. So I want to honor that these calls are going to take a half hour. I'm going to throw it back to Carlos, but I want to open up while Carlos is concluding with the radical game, that if anyone has any questions about their store. Amy just asked, she was having some trouble logging in, so we're going to make sure that we get her straight. If you have any questions about any of the stuff that we just talked about, or a question about your store, you can feel free to throw them in the chat right now, and as soon as the game is done, we will make sure we answer those questions. And if we run out of time, we'll DM you or text you the answer. Vanessa Spencer asked if we could add to the brand list if there are any brands that have any specialties in talc-free products, which is a great get, like not something that I would have thought of. So we will look into that, Vanessa, and make sure that we add that to the chart. And one of the cool things about you guys all being here is that we are building this together, and so it will be exactly what you want it to be if you tell us, and as you tell us, we will evolve and grow together and turn this into the most radical selling platform in our industry. So I'm going to throw it back to Carlos for the radical game.
Cool. This will be a short game. And by the way, while you guys are writing your question, you might want to pause for just a second, because the first person who types in the correct answer is actually going to win the cool prize. So there's two prizes for today. The first prize is a $50 American Express gift card, or if you're in Canada, the Canadian Express. I'm just kidding, that's a joke. It's all American Express. So here is the first question. So if you know the answer to this question, please type it in the chat, and the first person who gets this right in the chat is going to win the $50 Amex gift card. So this is a Disney princess question, guys. So I hope that you all have been paying attention to your Disney princesses over the last, decade or two. Who is the only Disney princess with a tattoo? If you know Carlos, it, type it in the chat.
Weren't you once a Disney princess in a former life?
I was a Disney Pluto. Jessica, oh wait, let's see. Oh wait, who is it? It's
Delaney.
Delaney, you got it. It's Pocahontas. So Delaney, you get the $50 American Express card. We will send that out to you right away. So I have one more for today, and this is the Cultivate Apothecary Evolution Men's Face Serum, if you can see it.
Oh.
Did you know that the skin of a male is 25% thicker than that of the female counterpart? I did not know that, and that's part of why we have different kinds of oils for men and women. So, because I figured, isn't this all the same? Apparently it's not. So this is a fantastic product. If you're wondering how I get such radiant skin, this would be the reason why. So here is the second question. The second question is, how many remakes of how many remakes of A Star Is Born are there?
Oh, Carlos, you just muted.
If there was a first one, how many remakes are there afterwards?
So Diana
13.
said 2. That is not 2. And you know what? It might feel like 13 at this point, but Jessica,
it's not 2 and it's not 4 either. I'm looking for another number.
But we're in the wheelhouse.
You're in the wheelhouse. Nope, not 5 either.
Good guess, Emily.
The number of remakes.
Oh,
wait, who said 3?
Whoa.
Who said 3?
Diana.
Yep, there are 3. So the first one was in 1937. The second one was in 1954. The one that most people remember is in 1976 with Barbra Streisand, and of course the latest and possibly the greatest in 2018 with our friend Lady Gaga. So you will get the Cultivate Apothecary Evolution Men's Face Serum. We will send that out to you right away. Now, for future games, we are going to be posting up some content on the Agents of Radical spot. We're going to be hosting a live raffle based on some metrics that we're going to put out to you guys. So please check the Agents of Radical Instagram and look out for Ralph to send some information on it too. We're going to do a pretty kick-ass gift. I'm not even going to say what it is yet, but just to whet your appetite a little bit. And again, thank you all for being here today. I wanted to say this before I cut out, let Ralph finish up, is, there's many different ways where you can sell on this platform. And the last thing I want to do is give you like 25 ideas today and confuse you all. Baby steps. And this is the first one that we're giving you today. If you have other questions, or maybe direct texting doesn't feel right for you, call us up. We're here to help you and support you. We've got a bunch of different ideas. Many scenarios will be different, and we're excited to support you in each of them. So that's it for me. Ralph, back to you.
So thank you, Carlos. And the thing I want to say and challenge everyone with is, if you have a great idea, so these are a couple ideas. You know your clients, you know your market, you know what is going to work and feels right to you. If something works, tell us, because we're building. We don't think of this as one agent. This assembly is about bringing us all together and creating community and learning and sharing and growing together. And we hope in the very near future that instead of doing this via Zoom, we'll be doing this over a bar, or over a bar, or at a bar, or at a pool, or at a beach, or maybe not on a cruise ship, because cruises are bad, but that kind
the Amalfi Coast.
But I would gladly take a cruise to I guess you could just fly the Amalfi Coast. So please share with us, because I can't imagine the great ideas that will come from you, and I have no doubt that they will be better than the ones that we will come up with. I just want to end, because there were a few questions that popped up, and I'm going to power through them quickly. Amy asked, how does Agents of Radical work when she has stylists at the salon and want them to use the store too? That is a great question. I want to make sure I understand the question. You're saying you'll have one shop for the store, but you want your stylist to be able to also use that same store, versus having them set up their own individual stores.
I'm adding, Amy Devney is the one that asked, correct?
Yes.
I'm adding her to the chat so she can speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was one question. And then Amy, if you feel like speaking, speak up, or
Hi.
If not, we're gonna, hey, Amy.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, everyone. I don't know if I'm on video, but I'm here.
We can hear you. We can see your photo.
Okay,
we can
cool.
hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
nice. Yeah, so I was hoping to be able to have my stylists also use the platform, if that's possible, or do they have to sign up for their own stores, or can it just go under my salon?
It's however you really want to do it. As the salon owner,
okay.
you kind of can do that. Everyone can have their own store if they want to, or they can all work through your store. It just depends on how you want to manage that. When you have to manage it all in your store, then obviously any forms of compensation you'll have to dole out as appropriate for your salon.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be kind of a good way to start, I think, for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So there isn't a method to select which stylist. This is really designed to be an independent play. But we're looking at scenarios like yours. So what you would do is you would go into your recent sales, and I think from there you should be able to just to distinguish, you know, oh, this client belongs to that that stylist, and that's how you can itemize out your payouts.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good. At least to start with.
Yeah, to start.
And then
Yeah,
we can
and
get
I think
going.
you
Yeah.
yeah, that's great. That's a great starting point. But you're not the only person asking that question, so we've got a little bit of thinking to do around it.
Yep.
Great. Sounds good. Thank you.
That's
All right.
Thank you. Diana, you asked the question about QR codes at their stations. I think that agents are doing all kinds of interesting things at their stations. You know, some people, Emily and I were brainstorming about having an iPad, a dedicated iPad. Chris talked about having the products sitting there, and that iPad could be there to, you know, direct people right to the store, so they could be checking out while they're sitting in your sitting in your chair. But I would think, Dre, I'm going to pass it to you on QR codes, and if you've heard any agents specifically using QR codes.
Yeah, there's a couple different ways that you can use QR codes. One, you can just do the standard direct to your store QR code. You can print one out, put it on your mirror or on your countertop. Or you could go a little bit more itemized. If you have shelf space and you want to buy into product, you go through and buy one of every product and make it a sample on your shelves. And then you could print individual QR codes per item. So as people are shopping through, they're going, oh, I want this, I scan it. I want that, I scan it. And then they'll have all of the links pulled unique to the specific products that they're looking for. But I think I'll go ahead and share the anecdote. When Carlos and I started this company, I said QR codes were dead and I hated them. This was March 2020. So the pandemic had not exploded into what it became. I didn't know how to use a QR code, but now that every menu on the planet, that's the only way you can read them. They're very convenient. And he was right. He won that battle.
Well,
I think QR codes are brilliant now.
That's only 2 out of hundreds, I think. But I think the reality too is that we're living in 2027, 28 right now. We're living 5-6 years in the future. QR codes were dead. They were dying, but I just had this hunch that they could be important for finding information about products. And then the pandemic hit, and then they were right back in vogue again. And you know, we'll see how those continue to evolve. But yeah, it was a hunch more than anything.
Yeah.
So, Dre, what you're saying is that the only way that Carlos can be right is if a pandemic happens. Is that what we should take away from this? I just want to, for the records.
Well, we started in the pandemic, so yep.
Carlos is right a lot. That was one battle that I said, absolutely not. These things are dead. I will never. I even asked, he's got kids. I asked his kids, I was like, do you guys even know what a QR code was? And they were like, yeah, we've seen them. So I was like, right. Gen Z millennials, we're not into it. And then they became a thing. They became a thing. So yeah, I think QR codes are a great tool to utilize.
Very cool.
And super easy to make. Crazy easy to make.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very cool. So last, and then we wanted to order lunch. So just to wrap up, thank you for being here. If this is going to sound, a little this is what kind of what my pastor used to say when I was a kid. But if you look around and if you know anyone that you'd like to join you at the next assembly, or think someone that would be cool to be that would think being Agents of Radical and setting up their own store is cool, let us know that too, because we think this is a great opportunity and a great opportunity for all of us to win. And so, drop us a note in the chat or a DM. And thank you for being here. And enjoy setting up your stores and know that all of us, are ready to help you be successful, blow it out, make it work. And God bless and enjoy the rest of the evening.
We're here for you. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Cheers.